Every healing journey follows a rhythm. For some, it's a few quick visits and they're back on track. For others, it's a slow uncovering of layers that can take months or even years. So, what does steady progress actually look like? And how do you know how often to see your naturopath? Understanding your own healing rhythm means faster results, fewer setbacks, and a smoother path to long-term health. In this video, I'll show you what steady progress actually looks like when you're working with a naturopath, how often most people need to come in to keep momentum, and why that changes as your body heals, and how to tell when it's time to shift from your active treatment into maintenance care. When you plant a tree, you don't see much happening at first. There are no leaves, no blossoms, just soil. But underneath, the roots are busy growing, spreading out and anchoring the tree for life. Your body works the same way when you start naturopathic care. Those early visits aren't just about symptom relief. They're about laying the groundwork. And that takes regular care in the beginning before you can space things out and let your system grow strong on its own. So just like that tree, the frequency of your visits changes as those roots take hold. Let's take a look at what that rhythm usually looks like. In my clinical experience, most complex cases benefit from seeing their naturopath 1 to 2 times a month for the first 6 to 12 months. For the average case, it's usually 2 visits in the first month, an initial consultation and a follow-up to review results and lifestyle diary, then monthly visits for about 3 to 6 months. For any larger functional tests, a separate report of findings consultation might also be needed. That might sound frequent, but here's why. Your initial visits is all about gathering information, getting your full health story, running labs, and mapping out your treatment plan. Follow-up visits are where we review what we found and create that plan together. After that, those monthly visits allow us to fine-tune your treatment and track your progress without overwhelming your system. Think of it like watering those young roots. If you skip too long between visits early on, the soil dries out and you lose momentum. But with steady attention, your health foundations start to stabilize. Once your symptoms begin to settle, we move into what I call the refinement phase. This is where you start feeling better, but we're still addressing deeper causes, things like gut health, immune balance, and hormone regulation. At this stage, visits might shift to every 4 to 6 weeks. You're no longer managing daily symptoms, you're building resilience. For chronic or autoimmune conditions, this phase can last 12 months or more because we're working through layers that take time to shift. I often remind my patients that this is when the tree begins to show above the soil. You can see the growth now, but the roots still need tending. Regular check-ins help ensure that healing continues in the right direction. And for patients who need accountability or emotional support through major life changes, sometimes we keep the visits more regular for a little longer. Healing isn't just physical. It's also about feeling supported and seen. Once your health is stabilized, we shift into maintenance. This is where visits become seasonal, every 3 to 6 months, or even annually, depending on your needs. This phase is all about prevention and optimization. Maybe you check in before winter to strengthen your immune system, or in early spring to reset your detox pathways. We might fine-tune your nutrition, refresh your supplement plan, or prepare your body for new life stages like pregnancy, menopause, or periods of high stress. Maintenance care isn't about fixing problems anymore. It's about staying well enough that those problems don't come back. Of course, not everyone follows the same schedule. An acute infection might only need a couple of visits, while a chronic autoimmune condition might need 12 months of steady care. The type of treatment also matters. Counselling and motivational support might require weekly or fortnightly sessions, whereas herbal or nutritional protocols work best with 4 to 6 weeks between reviews. Ultimately, the goal is to create a rhythm that fits your life. I always tell patients the best schedule is the one you can stick with. Healing is a collaboration between what your body needs and what your lifestyle allows. Regular visits aren't just about accountability. They help your practitioner stay attuned to your progress, your mindset, and the subtle shifts in your health that you might not notice day to day. Your body doesn't heal on a strict timeline. It heals on attention. The right rhythm of visits keeps that attention consistent, so you can move from surviving to truly thriving. As your roots grow stronger, those visits become less about managing illness and more about sustaining wellness. If you've ever wondered how naturopathic care compares to other holistic models, you'll definitely want to watch this next video. I'll walk you through how these two approaches differ, where they overlap, and how to know which one's the best fit for your journey. So click right here to watch this video.